So what we're going to be talking about today is safety audit, and we're going to be talking about some process, Q&A, personal experience, and also something called layered process audits, which I ran into while researching this webinar, and I thought, well, that sounds interesting. Today, we're going to talk about these topics in the webinar. So let's talk about part one, and I'm going to be talking about safety audit process based on the UK Acquisition Safety and Environmental Management System, or ASEMS. So I can share it with you, and you can access it and use it and modify it and do whatever you like with it perfectly legally. So when we're doing auditing, we've got three choices basically, as the procedure says here. Now, audit traditionally can have quite a negative, lots of people can see auditing negatively, but if you are audited by a good auditor, you can learn quite a lot. We can use it to inform the development of policy, whether that be for audit policy or other things. So we might look at the core procedures or the support procedures. We might be auditing in those areas and go, well, actually, we've uncovered a shortcoming or a contradiction in the procedures that we hadn't noticed before. So there's an opportunity to improve what is being audited, the underlying system, which again, people don't always think about because they tend to go, oh, I don't like being audited. But there's lots of good reasons to do this stuff. So if we think about the system audit scope, what these words are, and these are all edited from the POSM's procedure on auditing. So we're really setting the scene, not just in terms of the narrow scope of the audit, but what are we trying to achieve here? So we're saying that every program has to establish an SMS, a safety management system, and that's the bedrock of what we're doing. That's bad practice, and that will fail you an audit if you do that, particularly an ISO 9001 style audit. The standard and trained auditors take a very dim view of people trying to hide things from them and say, oh, you don't need to look at that over there. However, we should be cooperating and coordinating with those other agencies and sharing audit information with them. So we need to do something because maybe we're supplying them with something, or maybe they're sending us something and we're not giving them the feedback that they need, whatever it might be in our audit regime. And then that means we need to communicate that to somebody else, because maybe the root cause or something that's making it worse is actually originating in another organization. We've got some pictures here. So here's the first part of the process, and the way in POSMs it's broken down, we've got our AAP, we've got our auxiliary process 01, part A, which is our audit management and initiate. Normally you're gonna need the documentation, their safety management plan, because you're going to audit them against that. You've got to prepare your audit plan, assign the work, prepare your pro formas. So we then need to conduct the audit, and typically we will have auditors sit down with everybody who's going to be audited, explain what they're doing. So there's our basic process, and the AAPs, 01, A, B, C, and D, document these, and there are supporting forms and templates.